parliamentarians' own promises. We parliamentarians take immediate action and will, first, deliver statements in the respective parliaments through resolutions, privileged speeches, to report on the outcome of the Manila Consultative Meeting. Second, we must call on governments to make DRR a tool for CCA at national and local levels, including our national adaptation plans. Third, inquire into our respective nations' compliance with the Hyogo Framework for Action. We may have been a signatory, but we may not be integrating and mainstreaming it into various development agencies or development agenda of our respective countries. Fourth, we must propose legislation to mandate the mainstreaming of gender-sensitive disaster risk reduction in national and regional development plans, including climate change adaptation. In the Senate, we have the Philippine Climate Change Act, which I hope will be enacted into law soon. It's something which I authored and filed way back in July of 2007. To complement our envisioned international legal framework, we will also propose local legislation to ensure that DRR and CCA are mainstream in our respective jurisdictions. In accordance with the goal of an inclusive DRR strategy, we placed emphasis on having a gender-sensitive DRR. As I have underscored yesterday in this Congress, instituting gender-sensitive disaster risk reduction means that policies should be formulated in cognizance of the fact that women disproportionately shoulder the ill effects of climate change. We will, and we agreed on that, establish, where possible, regional networks of parliamentarians in Asia, Africa, and Latin America, similar to Global Legislators Organization for a Balanced Environment, or GLOBE, GLOBE Europe, GLOBE EU, to promote the linkage between DRR and CCA, among others. As we all know, climate change is a global phenomenon, and crafting adequate responses is no simple task. It requires a concerted effort among all players and stakeholders. This Manila Call for Action, which I just outlined to you, is an adopted declaration by lawmakers from Asia, Africa, Latin America, and Europe. I think you will agree with me. It is a welcome and progressive footprint that would shift the paradigm of DRR, CCA, and sustainable development discourse into a more relevant, inclusive, proactive, comprehensive, and gender-sensitive strategy. With that, I leave you this morning with your thoughts on DRR, CCA, and what we parliamentarians around the globe have done in the past 2 days. Thank you. Good morning.
Thank you, Senator Lauren Legarda. Thus far, we had 5 presentations which explored and explained the interfaces and synergy among disaster risk reduction, climate change adaptation, and gender. And with the presentation of Senator Lauren Legarda, we have also underscored the critical need for international legal frameworks and legislation as articulated by the Manila Call for Action on DRR and climate change adaptation. Now, at this point, while we are aware of the limited time we have for interactive discussion, but nonetheless, we will have sharing from the floor. However, perhaps it would be more effective and more efficient if we do it a bit systematic. We'll spend right now at least 3 to 5 minutes and allow each table to have, their own small group discussion, essentially to identify, although we have already identified and presented several key issues, but you may have, you may wish to add some more, which the presenters may have missed. Some key issues and challenges on the on our subject matter, on our theme, and on our topics And secondly, that's first, and we will have if you can identify some of these issues and key challenges, and then propose specific actions to address these issues and challenges. And then if you could also mention a particular need for legislation or particular legislative measure or initiative, you can also present this. Now, as you will also notice, we have a film presentation in our program. Now, we will postpone this and show this during the lunch. Is it okay? So, because we would like to make way for the exchange of views from the floor. So, we briefly pause for 2 to 3 minutes and then immediately resume.
I think that should be a major study. I mean, don't leave it to us, right? Excuse me. Uh, I don't know. Number two is ICT. How do we get this knowledge spread out faster through ICT and knowledge management? A lot of our parliamentarians are, we found out, are computer illiterate. Maybe one of the best things we'll say, all parliamentarians must be computer literate. Everybody is giving us www, but I don't think some of some people understand what's www. Next, okay. Uh, when governance became a sexy topic in the mid-90s, I can understand the language of Dr. Peng Min Khan when she was making us realize the changes in the language. Changes in language also makes changes in the way we move. For example, we talk about basic needs before, but now that language was changed. Before we talk about you need nutrition, you need health, you need this, you need this. But when rights-based approach was took over as a language, then we tell people you have a right to education, you have a right to health, you have a right, and therefore our way of moving changes. We just don't beg for needs, but we demand action. And I think that's one of the speakers yesterday said, the word is demand. We demand action, right? Excuse me. The other thing is, CAPWIP, when we were developing transformative governance modules, UNDP came out with a regional program based in Pakistan called Paragon that is in governance, and in our dialogue with them, maybe this is where in most countries, development people like us, one of the things that hit me in that debate is that development people like me, for example, are only talking about health, education, housing, etc., etc. But we never talk with disaster people that have their own budget. We never talk to security people that have their own budget. So we all move differently. So maybe one of the things that we can uh, resolve is so that our new framework in governance is seeing to it that development people, which means also the NGOs and, and agencies of government that are in development, must dialogue with disaster people who have their own budget and must dialogue with